Hi, this is Us Fans. Welcome back to Tori Talks TV. I'm Tori.
And I'm Dr. S.
So it has been a little bit of a long time since we've been on here. We're pretty late to the game. Unfortunately, I got COVID. My oldest brother got COVID, who's a really integral part of this show and this channel. And then unfortunately, Dr. S lost a family member. So it's just been a week of healing and getting better. So we're so happy to be back.
Yes.
Let's talk about This Is Us. And this is our last premiere episode. This is the finale, like the final season.
I can't believe it. I'm really sad.
I'm so sad too. This episode is called The Challenger, and it starts like it always does with the big three's birthday. It's their 41st birthday.
I know. I can't believe that we've been through all these birthdays with them.
Really though. And when they were showing the flashbacks of the 36th birthday, I just felt nothing but nostalgia and sadness, of course.
I know. And this is like a tradition for us now too. Something that we've gone through, a new routine. And now we just to know that it's the last time. It's really sad.
Yes, it is. You know, I'm going to jump right into the Rebecca storyline because we've been waiting for this, and not because we wanted to see it, but because we knew it was coming. It was inevitable. It's cool to see Nicky, Miguel, and Rebecca together. I love them.
I
three
do
of them
too.
together.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny even. I mean, Nicky is just like this comic relief that we really need. But the saddest part about this is Rebecca is now, well, the cognitive impairment is progressing, and watching her stumble to find that word, the last car on the train, was devastating. But I'm not going to lie to you, I couldn't think of it either. And then I got scared.
It was so well done the way they interwove that through the entire episode.
Oh.
It was so heartbreaking, and oh my gosh, like I just got chills again just thinking about that. Imagine experiencing that yourself, like being, I mean, not like you did, because I think you had figured it out.
Yeah. Watching them highlight her memories and then her stopping on the word when she was reading to the kids, when she was on the train with her dad, was so well done and artistic.
Oh, well done.
Yes. And then when they're actually there for the 41st birthday and she's sitting there trying to think, and we have Randall over Zoom with his family, and then she just yells out, you see the frustration happening. I mean, did your heart break like mine?
It was. And I can imagine being a person who's experiencing that, and like what anxiety is probably happening, the dread that you have for what will come next, because it starts for them with a word and then it becomes all these memories and experiences and smells and everything, right?
Yes.
So
I didn't think she was going to ever come up with the word, but she did. It took her a long time, but yes, that's like the beginning of the end of her memory. So sad. Okay, let's just bring it up a little bit. I'm going to do what I usually do, and we're going to just go through each one of the big three members. We're going to start with Kate, because boy, is she the optimistic one this season.
Yes.
Toby is in San Francisco. We knew that. So he's FaceTiming her for the birthday, gets her a massage. It's super romantic and sweet. It's so sad knowing that, well, we know where this is going.
Yeah, I was so curious to see how much we were going to learn in this first episode. I think I naively thought we had our answer, because Toby wasn't there for her birthday. And then we saw the music school teacher. They had a little connection when he looked at her. And then, then I still don't have any answers, because by the end, Toby's back.
Yes. And just as sweet as ever. While Phillip, he sends an emergency text saying that she needs to come to the school right away. Kate walks in on a very awkward conversation. I guess this is his, soon-to-be ex-wife, and they're yelling and talking about how, like, it's interesting how he's like, "You're stunning and everything, but you bore me." So
he's harsh.
Yes. And, we already know that Phillip is kind of being portrayed as a curmudgeon, but when she says, the lady, his soon-to-be ex-wife, says, "Don't you dare use your traumatic past," I'm like, okay, so we're going to learn to love him. He is this way for a reason.
Right.
Hurt people, right? So the big emergency is that the kids prepared a rendition of Time After Time, her favorite song, and they sing it, and it's beautiful.
It was so beautiful. Like, it was so beautiful. My heart was crying because it was just so sweet to see that.
My gosh. And the way Phillip looked at Kate when she was emotional by it just started everything for me.
I can't wait to hear what this whole backstory is, right? Like, how is it that what happened to him? And then how are they going to develop a romantic relationship from this? But obviously, he has some type of connection to seeing Kate experience the music and the children so deeply. And probably that's not what he was getting from his girl that he broke up with. And also, yeah, who knows what happened
Maybe
to
a
him?
deeper connection of sorts.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we'll leave it there with her, but we're gonna move on to Kevin. So co-parenting is going well.
Ish.
Yes, he's in the garage. Yes. When he sees Madison with the guy, Eli.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little jealous. He knows this is probably not healthy, and I do like that he makes a decision to not stay there anymore.
Right. So, but then, okay, so what is this jealousy though? Is it feelings? Is it just jealousy because of the time? I don't know. I can't tell. Are we supposed to believe that maybe there will be some romantic stuff happening again with Madison and Kevin? And then how do you feel about that? Because I know you're still have a little Sophie harbored inside you, like desire for that to happen.
I do. I really do. I almost thought of it as it's hard to see her move on and he's not moving on. So I'm not even sure if he's jealous of the guy. It's the idea of the guy. And also he's going to be around his kids. And I just think it's everything, and knowing that he really shouldn't be in that because he's emotionally fragile. He doesn't handle his emotions well, but I think he knew what was best for him. And yeah, I just felt like it was just jealousy for the situation, not the guy.
Yeah, I can see that. I was kind of undecided. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. But no, I don't. I hope Madison and him don't get together. In fact, I like this like nerdier guy for her because she does seem a little nerdy sometimes.
I love how they have a book club and she's reading fantasy literature with them.
I love that too. I like where she's going and she seems really happy.
Yes.
And I'm happy for her. So meanwhile, Kevin's got to figure out what to do with his career, right? And when he goes to visit one of the Manny creators and he's like, they want to do a reboot. He's like, hard no. Nope, not happening. I didn't believe that. I thought we were going to come back to exactly how it was and he was going to accept it.
Well, why would they bring this whole thing up if it wasn't going to be a thing? It was really unnecessary. So yeah, we definitely were not shocked when he said yes, he would do it.
Yes. And it's a different role. He's going to be playing the dad of twins. So it's perfect. He gets to be in LA around his twins and the mother of his children. So it really did work out, I think, the best way it could for him. He's got to stay with Kate for a while, but that's nothing new.
Yeah, they've done that before. I love how they flashed back to that whole first season too, when that exact same, kind of situation happened.
Yes, lots of flashbacks, lots of callbacks, right? Yes. Okay, now let's talk about Randall. Sweet Randall. Okay. So I like it that Beth is just this like beacon of light. I love her so much. And I like that she says, let's play a game. There's 2 doors you could go through today because he does find out that there's an arraignment for the guy who robbed them, right? So she's like, there's like the Beth door, and then there's the, you going down there to the arraignment, right? I like that because I think that can pertain to life in general. You can choose to do this or you can choose to do that.
I loved that as well, right? That's you choose how you want this day to go, right? Set your intention. And Beth, I love her so much. You're right. Beacon of light, just absolute, so confident in her own like abilities and to present herself and to try to sell herself and this choice.
Yes.
It's so well done. But yet she's so understanding of who he is to that moment where she was just so appreciative of her husband and the type of person that he is. That really got me.
She knows who she married.
Yes.
She knows exactly. Yes. So he's going to this arraignment to be face to face with this robber. And he's like ready to give it to him. But when he realizes that the guy is he's mentally ill, and the guy even says he has holes in his memory, and he says, I know you're from my picture. He doesn't, you know what I mean? And it was sad. And just a little side note, did you ever watch Hocus Pocus? Because that guy who plays the robber, he was in it. He played one of the bullies. I don't remember that. Such a geek. Okay. But anyway, instead of wanting to confront him and yell at him and tell him that you have made our lives terror for these last few years, he wants to help him.
Yeah, that is so beautiful. That's so Randall.
He has so much sympathy for this man because he well, first of all, he thinks he's not doing enough for people that suffer from addiction, because he's got 3 parents that suffer from addiction.
Exactly. I love that he sees the connections between people, whether they're immediately connected to his life, his relatives, or his people who are his constituents who voted for him, or even somebody who broke into his house. He's just all about helping anybody who needs help. It's so beautiful.
And when he waited for that guy, because he was all ready to help him and it didn't happen. He was disappointed. And that just ties into how Rebecca and Jack wanted to talk to them about the Challenger explosion. First of all, it was 1986. Do you remember when the Challenger?
I remember it. Yep, I definitely do.
Where were you?
I was in middle school, so I believe it was 7th grade, and we did the same thing where we rolled it out. The teacher rolled out the TV and we watched it, and it was very, very heartbreaking.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
Where were you? Do you remember it?
No, I was just about to turn 2.
Oh, okay.
So I don't, I'll be honest with you, but I heard all about it. And just the way that okay, let's just talk about how each one of the big 3 members handled it. I'm going to start with sweet little Randall, because he's more concerned about the teacher that was on the Challenger and her kids and who's going to make them dinner. And he says we have to send them dinner. And that's when Rebecca's like, you're my sweet Randall, and you're going to want to change the world, and you're going to be disappointed when things don't get to go that way. And it's what's happening.
It was so beautiful. And just the fact that he doesn't let that stop him, though, the heartache doesn't make him give up on humanity, because that's the fear, right? Is that if he shows up at that homeless shelter and the guy's not there, then he's going to give up on people, but he's not going to do that.
This is not his way. And then there's Kate being optimistic, like we're seeing. She says that, well, at least they were close to heaven, so they will just easily go to heaven. That was such a sweet thing. Of course, a child would say that. I loved that. And then there's Kevin, which really struck me for some reason. Well, first of all, do you remember there was a huge callback to the pilot episode with the Challenger, because he's there for his 36th birthday with 2 women.
Yes.
And he says something about how it was the Challenger explosion that really messed him up, right?
That's so fast. I love that they brought it all back to that first episode. Yep.
Yes. Well done there. But also when Jack goes to talk to him about it, he said, it was just a story on TV. It's not real. And that's the world he lived in as an actor. Of course he wanted to be an actor. That's not real.
Yes. When he said that, it was I'm still thinking about it today. Like, how did that affect him? Like how he's able to compartmentalize experiences in life as a coping mechanism, right? So that he can say, okay, like this isn't real, or I don't, just as a way to, I think he knows that it is real, but that's what he's telling himself so that he can just go on and not ruminate on it, right? Because he just all of a sudden thinks everything that gave him hope about the future is exploded. Then how do you live? So it's kind of deep in a way, right? At first you think, oh wait, if a kid doesn't think something's real because he saw it on TV, that's kind of troubling. But in a way, it's just really like a complex way that he was processing information for a 7-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, yeah, you're right. Like, and then to become an actor, to kind of like walk between those 2 worlds throughout his life, that's really fascinating too. And now he's going to be playing a father of twins on a TV show.
It is real life. Oh my goodness. Well, they came out with a bang, as they usually do. I feel like because they started so late with this season, hopefully we're not going to have too many breaks. We're just going to go all the way through to the end.
Yeah. And I have to say, I'm so excited to see what happens with Nicky, because they're about to go see Sally, right? They're going to try to. What is going to happen?
Well, there was a wedding ring on his finger in a flash forward. So,
oh my gosh, I know. Please let it be.
I know he needs this. Okay.
I have to. I like how he walks around with the big old iPad too, like not a phone. Did you see that when they got on the train and he's like on the iPad?
Oh, I love it. Yes. I'm really excited to see. I'm sad, but I really do feel like this is the best time. They didn't go too many seasons. This is a good time to end it. So here we go.
Yes.
Okay. Let us know what you thought of this premiere episode of the final season of This Is Us. Please comment below. Thank you so much for sticking around. Sorry we were late. We will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.